Welcome back to Inside Texas with the Girl Herd. We just finished up non-conference play in our first night game at DKR. We have so much to get into about our 55-0 win, but before we do that, Inside Texas is the #1 source for Longhorn fans. Insider notes, recruiting scoops, and in-depth analysis all in one place. Join today for just $1 your first week and receive a complimentary year to The Athletic. Don't miss out. Subscribe now. Okay, so we played Sam Houston. It was our last non-conference game. We're going into a nice bye week, which I know the team loves, but we also personally love as ladies who travel to the game. And after that, we will head to Florida and then do our Texas OU. But I'm dying to hear how you all are feeling after that nice route of Sam Houston.
I feel good. I mean, we talked about this. It was so fun to be back in DKR for a night games. We had the drone show, like the light show. Everything just seems like more elaborate when it's a night game, and everybody is so pumped. But we also had so much going on this weekend. Like it was alumni weekend. We did stuff with the co-op, and we took over Texas X's social media. So we were jazzed. I feel like we had the same amount of adrenaline running through our bodies as the players did for the game.
Yeah, I think that the spirits were riding so high. We got to go to dinner Friday night in the city, and it seems like we stumbled upon like a parents' weekend happy hour and just a nice reunion of all of our old friends from college. And it was really cool to set the scene and the vibe, and then to see what the team did on the field. They did what they were supposed to do. And I know there's so much chatter online about, well, it was versus Sam Houston or this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, I was thinking about it as it was happening because I knew what would happen in terms of online convo. And I was like, yeah, but what if we would have still had the same struggles as the previous games? The convo would have been crazy. So I think the biggest win and achievement from the game was like, I think the mental stuff for Arch will now go away. And that's what you want. And that's what all of the famous quarterbacks around the country were saying. Like, people will say, oh, it's just Sam Houston, blah, blah. But it kind of doesn't matter who the opponent is. It's just getting that stuff out of your head. And I think he accomplished that, which I love.
Yeah, I've had this conversation with a few different people. We were having it even on Saturday when like certain things were happening on the game and people were making comments about, how Arch did and stood over the defender and whatever. And I'm like, okay, all right, what if he was still in his funk? What were you guys saying against San Jose? What were you saying against UTEP? Like those are also non-conference games, not big deals. And there was still chatter online about how we were in a funk and weren't doing well. So let us be excited about this. Why does it always have to be poo-pooed down and batted and said that it's just Sam Houston or whatever? Like, we love to see it. We needed this. Arch needed this. The team needed this. It's one of those things where like you want it so bad, and we've all been there, that you're in your own way. And going into a bye and having a great game, this is what we wanted. We couldn't have asked for more. A shutout game and DKR for a night. I mean, beautiful, beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Love to see it.
It cracks me up every time you say poo-pooed. Like, are we five?
We are. We're children.
It definitely sticks out in my brain too. I'm like, interesting.
So funny. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, yes, it was Sam Houston State. Yes, we should have won. But at the same time, we heard from Sark, right? He wanted the guys to get back to having fun. And
Yeah.
we saw that, and look at the result that came from it. And again, like you mentioned, Arch got his swag back. And they had mentioned too that he had talked to Colt during the week. And that also made my heart happy of like bringing back our times. And it clearly worked, right? Like use those things, use the little bit of steps that we're getting with the momentum. And yeah, let's see what happens. There's still so much work that we need to do in this bye week, but I think it sets us up for a really nice intro into SEC play coming off of a game like that.
We have to talk about Arch. Michelle already brought it up. And I mean, it was the talk of the town online. And I have to shout out Texas Homer. He also covered it on his Twitter account. And he was describing how Arch and that player actually did have an exchange. So it wasn't just Arch doing that. He added more context to what was going on. But on top of that, I love Arch so much. He's hilarious. I will say it every single show. Afterwards, he was like, yeah, it was a bit too much dip on my chip type of thing. And it like was, but it's also funny and in the moment. And this is sports. Like you kind of want that jarring. That's part of the entertainment. I love that he mentioned that his mom was not happy about it. And I think we can all totally see why. But everybody was making fun of it. And I'm going to talk about Johnny Manziel for a second because he was talking about it.
Yes, I saw that.
He did the exact same thing. And mind you, that is when Sam Houston was an FCS school. So Johnny Manziel, I don't know, like you need to go talk about something else.
Yes, I saw that exact clip that you're talking about. And it was so funny to me. He did say, credit, I did the same thing. But yeah, I mean, here's my thing. Yes, like you said, it was a little much, but did you see the reaction of the bench and of all the other players? And that's exactly what we want to see and what they want to see in their QB1. They've been itching for that arch to come back all freaking season. And he was there and he was feeling himself. Like he said, I had to get some frustrations out and we saw it. But guess what? Here we are. The result of it was exactly the little sprinkle on top that we needed.
It's hilarious. I mean, I don't think it's his character to like get big on somebody that's just like laid out like that. And that's why he addressed it in the way he did. And honestly, it wasn't even my favorite clip. My favorite clip when he's walking back to the bench, people were trying to do a lip reading. He walks back to the bench, he's taking his helmet off, and it kind of looks like he's saying, like keep my name out your mouth. Like, look at me. Like, I know what I'm doing. This is who I am. And he just feels confident and looks confident again. And again, that's like what we wanted to see. And of course, he and Wingo figured out the connect this game. And so that was something that we really like to see. And it was nice to see DeAndre Moore back out there too. I know we're like crossing fingers for Mosley because that's just going to continue to add weapons for Arch out there.
Yeah, we were talking about this pregame, when we were on the way to Austin and talking about how DeAndre Moore was going to be back and we were excited to see him. And we love to see that connection. There was a few passes early in the game that were pretty low from Arch and DeAndre caught a great ball that we were like, that probably wouldn't have been caught if it wasn't for him. And of course, he found his groove and got it in there. But also hats off to those receivers and everything that they did. And we, by the end of the game, we were like, yes, him and Wingo have finally found each other. They got their groove back. And we love to see it because we know we've had all of these weapons. We're excited to see them all at play and all of them, find that energy again.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but to see Wingo actually get unleashed and for us to really see what he was capable of putting the Jets on and all the other little nuances that he did throughout the game. And I was like, this is what we've been wanting to see from him, and all of the hype, that has surrounded his name, was really exciting to see. But I was also props to Sark. I feel like he went back to the drawing board on the offensive side of the ball and really drew up some plays to benefit Arch and to benefit the receivers and the talent that we have, even our running back room, right? We saw so many different faces, and I don't know about you guys, but I was super pumped to see Niblet this game. He is somebody that I was impressed with, play after play, that he was so involved in what he was doing on the field. I can't wait to see him be more embedded into this offensive scheme.
I think that's exciting. Yeah, we keep saying different names and all these weapons that they have, and they keep coming and showing us who they are. And yeah.
I think we had the perfect non-conference field. We came out of the gate and really we figured out our measuring stick of who we are against a team like Ohio State. And then we had to figure some things out. And to me, I kind of love the way that our season's flowing because now we've done that and now we get to sit with it. The team is only doing 3 practices for this week. We get a break. Everybody can kick their feet up and watch some of their own other football programs that are on TV. And then we go to Gainesville for the very first time and really start SEC play. So I think it's all sort of tracking very nicely. I can't wait to get into the defense. So we'll talk about that in a moment. But first, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Luxe Kitchen and Bath.
Are you ready to love your kitchen and bathroom again? Luxe Kitchen and Bath will bring that to life. Luxe has been offering high-end kitchen and bathroom remodels for 3 generations throughout the greater Austin area. With 5-star review after 5-star review on Google and Facebook and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, you can put your faith in Luxe Kitchen and Bath's award-winning designers and skilled craftspeople to bring your dream vision to life. But that's not all. Luxe's all-star team also provides full home remodels, large additions, and even commercial build-outs as well. So call Luxe Kitchen and Bath at 833-358-LUXE today, or visit luxekitchenbath.com to discover where quality meets luxury and begin the process of transforming your home. Get your free quote today by calling 833-358-LUXE. That's LUXE, or by visiting luxekitchenbath.com. Contact info is in the description.
All right, welcome back. Let's get into the defensive side of the ball, knowing what we've been saying last few shows and really sort of like how our team is always built up. It starts with the defense for us. And so, let's talk that side of the ball. What did we see? What did we like? What are we looking forward to seeing more of?
I was super thrilled, right? Like they got the goose egg, right? We continue every week to harp on how good this defense is, but how many players we saw rotate in and out throughout the game. Like our starters came in, did exactly what they needed to do to give everybody else a little bit of shine and get them some time on the field, which I loved. And Jelani,
Yeah.
that man is nasty. Okay. Like, talk about somebody who is just highlight reel after highlight reel. He is maybe my new favorite person on defense. I don't know, but I'm excited about watching him and just what they're doing. Like they say, defense wins national championships, and I'm sold on our defense.
Yeah. I mean, I think in terms of the secondary you're mentioning and seeing somebody like a Jade Barron and Makuba leave and see that we're just reloading and you have a Jelani out there, it's exciting, right? Like, and it's a culture thing too, to be able to do a shutout. And I know someone is going to comment on the video and be like, at Sam Houston State once again, but still anything could happen in these games. And for you to go out there and decide, no, we're doing a shutout and to execute, it's everything.
Well, and I like combat that. Like, yes, it's Sam Houston yet again. We didn't do it to UTEP. We didn't do it to San Jose. And playing all the players that we did, right? We got to 55 points. We were able to shut them down on several occasions, 3 and out. Like, it's a big deal. And this defense deserves all their flowers for getting a shutout game. Even no matter who it's against. We didn't let them put any type of points on the board, and that is amazing. But yes, we have talked on and on about this defense. I loved getting to see new players. We do have, some young players on the defense side of the ball as well, and that speaks to everything that they've been putting in. Also want to shout out Gilbo. I mean, we saw Colin get kind of his groove back as well. So yeah, all the things. Love this defense. I mean, we know that they're going to carry us through and have a lot of work ahead of them as we go into SEC play. And letting them get a goose egg right before a bye week and right before we go into SEC play. Love it for them as well.
Yeah. Ties a really good bow on September for me. Like I can't stop thinking about this is probably the perfect flow that we needed to start the season. And you get to reset, reload. Hopefully there are more players healthy as we head into first the swamp. And obviously they're dealing with their own health on their end, even at the QB1 position. So that's really interesting. They gave us the daytime slot. So of course that's favorable for us. And then the week after that, we head into a game that is becoming more interesting by the minute, right? Like the AP poll came out and we have our rivals above us, both of them. OU, so we play on the neutral site on October 10th, 11th, that time frame. And then A&M at the end of the year. And so one thing that I did want to point out since we're discussing defense, the top scoring defenses in the country, we're number 3. OU is number 8. They also recorded a program record 10 sacks this past game. So knowing that and looking ahead, what are we about to do? Because our defense, again, is supposed to be the one to set the stage. We've got Arch going out there. He's going to be green in that game, right? So I just start to look ahead to that, and I'm just wondering, what's the vibes, ladies?
To be honest, one thing like that I continue to our freaking penalties.
Yeah.
it's going to shoot us in the foot every time. And that's hope something like a little rewind. I hope that they really harp on this week as a bye week and try to figure out something. But I'm not going to lie, OU does look good. And I think that we, thank goodness, have some other really tough environments that we're going to play in before that. But I'm really hoping like our defense again sets the standard, right? Come in, help out our new offense. We have a lot of young players on offense that it's going to be their first time to be in the Red River rivalry. So give them enough time to kind of settle down and get into their groove where we can, be a matchup and play.
Yeah, you know me. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We have 1-0. Like, let's get to the bye week, and then Florida. It'll be interesting who we end up taking to Florida with us. I know Coach has a lot of decisions to make for that, and like a travel squad, and then of course you have OU. Yes, OU and A&M look good. Several people have tried to throw that at me as well, knowing how I feel about rivalries and all the things, and they do. They look good this year. We are all at the beginning of our season. We have a long season to go, and I still love this team and have faith, and I want to see how we're going to do going into SEC play. But
yeah, I think we all love the team, right? We're anxious to see, right? We want to see what's going to happen because I feel like no other game besides that game brings the pressure and the nerve and like that stadium too, right? There's so much magic in that stadium when you see half orange and half red, and like there's nothing else like it, I feel like. And we're going to see, right? Like,
I'm excited to see our defense against them too, right? Like, we haven't played each other. Like, it's interesting to see like what teams they do play and what happens. And I'm hoping that we found our rhythm in our offense, and I am still excited to see us. Definitely, you're laughing.
I am. I of course, because it's just like funny. But for me, I think that the whole playing loose thing that Sark addressed today, that is what he should be focusing on when we do get to the Red River rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to go into Gainesville, and Angie, you mentioned this, great practice. It's going to be violent out there. It's our first time going out there. It's going to be exciting for these players to go on the road to the SEC in an environment like that is just historical greatness out there. And then when we come back and we go to the Red River, the cool thing is, y'all, every year that's anybody's game. So
any year, yeah.
It's anybody's game at any time, and so that makes it really exciting for me. I haven't looked at all of OU or Auburn's game. OU or A&M's games like that. I just know they're ranked ahead of us, and that's what I'll say about that. Like, I'm not sure about either one of those teams yet. I want to keep watching them play. And Michelle, you addressed that too. It's still the beginning of the year. We'll see. I do know, and I said this at the beginning of the year, they, as in A&M, would love nothing more but to come to our house and repay us from last year. So that is something that, much like before any downs were played, I have my eye on it. But now I also think the guys do, and I think they have a renewed motivation to be like, you know what? We're going to protect DKR. And let's talk about it, because the reason why I brought up those opponents is the new AP ranking, and it was all the talk of the town amongst our fan base yesterday, because people were upset we dropped 2 spots after winning, and people had their ranking go up and they had a bye. So I'm curious, like, where y'all stand with us being number 10 and just how things look within the top 10.
I'm here for it. Yes, we did have a great game, but at the same time, there's still, I feel like, so much more that we need to see against a different opponent. And I would prefer to play from a lower ranking, right? I think that we do better in that situation. There's more to prove. I feel like it gives us this different edge. And I think that we're at the right number that we need to be at. We could even be lower, but I get it, right? Like, am I that devastated we dropped 2 points? No, to me, it matters what we are at the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've said that a lot, right? Like, we always joke about like, okay, preseason. Like, did it feel great? Was it cool to go in? Absolutely. But like, we've also talked about all this hype and what it's done and how we love to be an underdog and all the things. I think 10's great. I think it's a good spot. And I think it doesn't really matter until the end of the season as well. And, to be honest, like talking about all these other teams, like, and everything that we've had going on, like, I haven't watched a whole lot of everything else. And so I am excited to go into this bye week and watch other teams and see where all these other teams that are ranked in the top 10 as well, or top 25, how they're doing and what's happening as well.
Yeah. Speaking of that, keep your eye on Auburn travels to A&M this weekend. And so it'll be nice to compare against the two teams we will be playing. And for me, same thought, Angie. I think it's fine. And guess what? We still control our entire season. Everything that we want to do is ahead of us. Guess who's ranked ahead of us? Georgia. We're playing them. OU, we're playing them. A&M, we're playing them. You want to be ranked higher? Beat them. So I look forward to that. Let's line it up. Let's see what happens. And I do think we have everything in front of us, despite how we started our season, despite how things have looked. These other teams aren't perfect either. Things will happen, and we'll see when we play the head-to-head, like Michelle said.
Yeah, I can't wait for this weekend, right? There's so many good, like, some SEC matchups, and I can't wait just to be sitting, watching, eating my popcorn, like, having nothing to worry about.
Yeah. I need a hate watch. I think it was like October, the first weekend of October last year. Like, I think Bama lost. Everybody lost. Like, I forgot all the teams, but we were like, oh, this is just hilarious. So I'm going to need something like that to happen. Cheer us up on our bye week. But yeah, it'll be interesting. And so with that, we will leave you all. We're starting SEC play. Cannot wait to start breaking down Florida next week.